The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and good morning, everyone from Prague. It is indeed a great pleasure for us to have such an audience together and to share with you some of the exciting things we are working on. Let's begin with a quick introduction. My name is Denek, and in our CEE team, I have been responsible for a couple of products for the past 4 years. Most of the time, I'm in contact with you, your teams, and customers, of course. Now, a few house rules before we begin. I'd like to kindly ask you to stay on mute during the presentation to avoid any echo or noise. The presentation will take around half an hour, and in the end, there will be 20 minutes dedicated to your questions. All right, so let's jump on it. I want to give you an idea about the concept of CEE Travel Systems. We have been Travelport's key partner for over 20 years now, and as a Travelport operator, we support and take care of customers in the region. We have knowledge, expertise, and experience with the GDS. Also, as a developer, we are a part of Travelport's developer network. We have designed plenty of useful products and we deliver them exclusively to Travelport customers. So together with Travelport, we are one family sharing the views, goals, and as already said, the customers. As a result, for example, we are currently working with Travelport on two significant projects, eStreaming Pipe and eStreaming Flat File. CE team and its head office sit in this beautiful city of Prague. If you haven't visited yet, I strongly encourage you to do so, when the right time comes. And although we rather work from home these days, I guess many of us do, we are happy to come back on the road. Since being an operator, we represent Travelport in 12 countries across Central and Eastern Europe, where we take care of agencies using Galileo GDS. Besides distributing Travelport's core solutions, we are also a developer, CEE Group Travelport, with its main office in Prague. We've got offices in 8 countries with almost 70 employees, of which there are 26 developers. What happens is that sometimes our local agencies need a solution that is not yet available in Travelport's portfolio. And that's why a few years ago, we decided to develop some of these solutions ourselves. So when we saw that they help our customers grow their businesses, we started offering them to other markets outside the territory. And that's how the brand CEE Travel Systems came to existence. Now, from Prague, you must forgive me the size of this pin on the map, but it was necessary. From Prague, we are investing a lot of time and effort, and of course money, into being present wherever we can see demand for our solutions. And so to say, we've traveled a lot. Just look at it yourself. We are keen to come to support you and your customers in person. And of course, we are all grounded right now, but we can't wait to hit the road again and be there with you. Thanks to this intense effort and everyday contact with Travelport teams around the world, our products are now used in more than 100 countries. We maintain a great relationship with all agencies and we commit ourselves to keep doing that. We are expanding our product portfolio, and so to help you get familiar with it more quickly, we have started dividing them into three categories. It is products for booking, post-booking process, and developers tools like APIs. Let's have a look at search and book category for a while. Our flagship solution is called GOL IBE. GOL stands for Galileo Online Internet Booking Engine. Check it out. It is a real beauty and we are so proud of it. It follows the current design and user experience trends. And all this while keeping it simple and friendly. Since we hang a search form on your website, you can immediately start selling air tickets to the public online. This way, you can avoid a certain percentage of customers calling to your office. So how does it work? Passengers can check available flights online and they can create a booking. The agent then receives a PNR to a dedicated queue and follows up with the customer to settle the payment. Payment can be processed either by credit card, bank transfer, invoice, or cash. Finally, the agent issues a ticket, and it is as simple as that, and customers are very pleased. Just over the last year, we've implemented over 50 new travel agencies around the world, and that is fantastic. Just recently, we've introduced a brand new design, and it is a tailored one, because one of its excellent benefits is that you can fully adapt and customize GOL branding to match your corporate identity. Look at this great example which tells a story. A case of the latest implementation where guys from Czech Kiwis totally changed the color scheme of GOL and created this gorgeous website. We are glad to have them on board. We're pleased to work with some of the biggest agencies, and especially when we see their businesses growing and thriving. Take, for instance, Student Agency, one of the largest travel agencies in the Czech Republic. They designed this fantastic website using GOL API as a source of data from Galileo. They rely entirely on GOL API when searching for flights, and it has become one of the foundations of their business. I assure you that we manage customer expectations from the very beginning of our partnership. We make the onboarding and implementation experience as smooth and quick as possible. Actually, agencies give us a very positive feedback on the process and praise the effort of the team members. I can assure you that when you order your own GOL IBE, you definitely will not be disappointed. Let's talk a little about the content you can send online. GOL IBE is powered by Galileo and connected to agency pseudo city code. It means that whatever fare is available for the travel agency, it can be displayed on your website and booked by the customers. The prices on the website already include a markup that can be set up in the administration console. Another big part of the content is low-cost carriers. We've integrated Travelfusion for that, and I am sure you are all familiar with this aggregator. So we are talking about a huge air content that you can offer. A piece of essential news is that we can now connect you to up to 34 NDC capable carriers via Travelfusion as well. So do you have your credentials ready? Now we're moving on to one of the most significant GOL features. It's called multi-PCC. What it means, if you have branches, meaning pseudo city codes, also in other countries, we can connect them to your GOL IBE instance. This way, you have a greater chance to offer the best available fares. So imagine this is your agency website and your customers want to search for flights from Bangkok to Manila. The desired routing is searched simultaneously in all your pseudos or branches. The passenger gets all search results neatly displayed together in one list and their local currency. Once the passenger selects the most fitting flight, GOL IBE books it in the market and the PCC where it was found. So again, this feature is beneficial in the case when you are a multinational agency that has branches across different markets, or you have IATA partners abroad and they want to serve their passengers through one website. I think we all have thousands of ideas these days where we would preferably spend time rather than being at home, right? In usual times, GOL will do its job and offer up-to-date promotions to your customers. Check this for a minute. The promotions are neatly displayed just below the search form so that they are always catching customers' eyes. Now you can start dreaming. On the other hand, for an agency, these fulfilled dreams and wishes are the source of incomes and revenues, and you are able to boost your growth. Here, I must ask you, have you ever missed a sale opportunity or discount? Yep, I think all we know that feeling, right? This is not going to happen with our most recent tool, which we call Flight Watchdog. When passengers search for a particular origin and destination, they can have GOL IBE monitor the price evolution for them. In the search results, you can enter your email address, and from the following day, Flight Watchdog sends you one email a day with a friendly chart. You can easily observe the trend and decide, does it look like the price will go up or down? We have also integrated this tool with our big data tool called eStreaming API. My point is, the email you receive also shows you alternative offers to different destinations within the selected price range, and that's really a cool thing. Flight Watchdog exists as an add-on for GOL IBE implementations, but you can get that also via our API Watchdog. A vital part of your GOL IBE is the administration console. It is fundamentally your control center where you, for instance, set up markup. You have access to a wide range of data like online bookings, registered customers, statistics, and so on. Google Analytics is also fully supported, and you will get a free of charge back office training during the implementation. And no worries, if you need more help along the way, we have our experts ready to support you. Now, have a look at this beautiful website, which is available on desktops, tablets, and mobile devices. Responsive design takes care of them all. So we have solved your website, and guess what's next? Exactly. Let's jump on the mobile app. If you want to get that one too, it has never been easier. GOL Mobile is a native app for iOS and Android platform. It shares the administration console with GOL IBE, so you can use it either as a standalone app or in combination together with GOL IBE. This one makes us proud, really. Here is how an app may look like. We customize it to fit your agency branding. So we add your colors, your logo, and we put it to the iOS App Store and Android Play Store under your name. It is indeed your app, and you don't need to spend tons of money on development. We did it for you. And believe you should be able to download this app one also on your market to have a look around. Feel free and try. The app has two primary purposes. One, whatever booking your customers make on your website or through the app, they can retrieve it here. They have their bookings on Go anytime and anywhere. Two, they can search and book new tickets, of course. In other words, the app is another sales channel for you, another source of segments, and another way of keeping your customers happy and loyal. Since we got here, there is an exciting new features we've been working on the past couple of months, and we are thrilled to introduce to you soon branded fares in GOL IBE. You may expect an announcement when the time comes. All right, now let's have some fun and go live for a while. I'm going to show you a live demo. All right, so here we are on GOL IBE demo website. And so what you see in front of you is the search form, which offers you a selection between one-way, return-way, and multi-city. On the right-hand top corner, you can see that your customers, if registered, can log in. As we support multiple languages, you can switch between them. You have a menu selection just below the logo. And so as it is fully customizable, you can insert your own link, references, or any other information which you deem important and worth telling your customers. Now, let's do some search together. So as an origin, I have Prague or Vienna. As you can see, I can have multiple destinations at once. And as the destination, let's go to London. Okay. By default, you've said that there's one passenger traveling in economy class, but you can change that setting. Of course, you can select different travel class and you can add more passengers. Okay, let's pick some dates. Let's pick some dates next year. Okay, let's say we want to go to London in March. Here we go. That's it. That's all you need to do in order to begin the search. Now, you have a couple of more other options available, which are not mandatory to fill in, of course, but they can narrow down the search to, get more and better search results. So, for example, I can tick that I want to show direct flights only. I can also specify my search by defining or selecting any alliance or airline, or if my dates are flexible and the agency pseudo city code allows it, I can give the system some tolerance of the search possible dates. Now, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to hit search. What's happening right now is that we are hitting the database, the GDS directly, and you are getting up-to-date, most recent search results directly from Galileo. You can see there is a nice progress bar, so your customers won't get bored. They can see something is really happening behind, and that the system is properly working. Now we've got the search results on the screen. The results are by default sorted from the cheapest to the most expensive one. On the left side, you can see the filters, and by adjusting filters, you can specify your requirements more appropriately. So, for example, I know that I'm going for vacation, so I would like to have baggage included in my fare, or I don't. So just by checking the box, I can tell the system what I prefer to see. As I decided to have a search from Prague and Vienna altogether, I can also tell the system, to prefer Prague because I'm from Prague. So I would like to go from Prague if possible, but if there's no option, I can switch to Vienna. So by checking this box, I can sort out the results again, and I can get the results from Prague only. If I untick the box, the results change again, and I have Vienna there as well. Now, there are a couple of important informations. Just a part of the price, you can see the flight details available. So anytime you can check how much does the flight time, what's the flight time, um, on which airport exactly are you going to land, and which airline operates the flight. Not just for the flight there, but for the flight back as well. We are able to group multiple options in one. So for the same price, it is possible to have a couple of different options. And here, by just clicking on this arrow in a drop-down menu, I can simply select which time of departure suits me the most. The price holds. Okay, now sometimes it is very important for you to have an overview on the baggage information. And you can do that very simply by hitting the button here. And we pop up a simple window with an overview on the baggage specification, prices, dimensions, and links to external website. This is the airline website, where you can check more details about the baggages. Okay, I'm talking a lot, but the booking process is really easy and fast. So I'm gonna choose this flight, the personal information pop up, and so I have the review of my booking, the summary of price, and some conditions for ticket change, so I can definitely check if there are any penalties connected with my selection, or if there's a penalty with changing the ticket. What I need to do is just fill in the personal details, contact information, and I need to check and decide which kind and form payment I'm going to use to process my booking. So I'm going to check cash. I can put some remark, a note to the agent. So if I have some special request, I can do that over here. All right. If that's not the case, I just agree with the terms and conditions. And as I don't have any information in the inputs, I cannot process the booking. But you finish your process basically by hitting the button which you see in front of you. All right, that's a quick demo. Let's come back to the presentation. So we're back, and I would like to point out to a couple of things which I would like you to take away. Having GOL IBE brings you tons of fantastic features and benefits, whereas it also automates plenty of the processes. Your agents don't have to spend hours looking for a suitable fare. Instead, they can pay attention and personal care to affluent groups with high yields. You can also be sure that GOL is a trusted solution with its long history in the global market. It releases the pressure of your agent's shoulders, and at the same time, it is capable of increasing your revenues and driving loyalty among the customers. That is not an easy to achieve these days, but no worries. We are here to help you. That was GOL IPE, and now I'd like to introduce you to GOL's twin brother briefly. I'm saying this because it is a product having so many similarities with GOL. I'm talking about our corporate booking tool called TripGate. I would like to tell you about a couple of benefits of having an online booking tool in your product portfolio. And similarly to GOL, TripGate delivers a unique value for the end user. It drives loyalty and creates meaningful engagement, and it also automates processes and decreases manual work. Having said that, TripGate is in so many ways very much different than its twin brother. It is capable of tracking your travel budget and expenses. It is intuitively navigating users through the business travel policy. It has a couple of duty of care features which help you to take care of your customers who will surely appreciate your attention when it matters. On top of that, TripGate is fully responsive on all devices, including tablets and mobiles. We're also finishing a dedicated TripGate mobile app to have you covered there as well. TripGate's available content mirrors those suppliers you heard of while speaking of GOL IBE. So just for a recap, we've got Galileo legacy carriers, low cost from Travelfusion, and 34 NDC capable carriers. But we do not stop here. We're listening to our customers, their needs and requirements. And so in a few weeks, we are going to introduce and release Galileo hotel content into TripGate. Actually, we are driving the development so fast that we are able to release new features and improvements almost on a weekly basis. And we're pleased that your customers and our customers see and appreciate the effort we put into TripGate. TripGate shares its back office with GOL IBE, making it more simple for agencies using both products. Agents have control over the system in one place. They can check the reservations, set up service fees, they can configure private fares or define rules for the auto ticketing process. There are dozens of other features and benefits, and for those, you will need to join me on a dedicated session, and I invite you there. All right, that's it. It was my pleasure. Please make sure you follow us on social media and especially our YouTube channel where you can find product teasers and demos. And now this is the time for your questions. Let's check what questions we've got here. Okay, cool. We've got a couple of questions. The first one from Maria. How can we get a free trial? Okay, Maria, basically, yes, you can get a trial because we have a demo website available where you can check it out and test GOL IBE. I mean, you don't have your own instance with your own PCC, but on public available website, you can check GOL and you could put your hands on it. Okay, let's see another one. Okay, Vladimir is asking, is the GOL mobile application a standalone product? Yes, yes. That's a frequent questions. My answer is yes. GOL Mobile can work independently on GOL for desktop, and it is reflected also in pricing. Great. Okay, next question is coming. Nguyen is asking, is it possible for customers to pay online? Yes, it is. We have over 20, I believe, 20 payment gateways implemented in both GOL and TripGate. And since the booking is paid, you can also let the robot to issue a ticket automatically. So the usually the payment gateway is very much connected with the auto ticketing process. Great. Next question. Question from Osama. If we have APIs available for LCCs, can they be integrated with IBE? Osama, it always depends on the business case. Of course, we are open to any suggestions, and we would like to speak with you on the idea of integrating your LCC content. But then it must make sense for both of us, for you and for a CEE system, so that we have a strong business case and basically revenues out of it as well. Okay, another questions from Osama again. If the local payment gateways can be integrated, um, at the moment, as I said, we have 20 payment gateways in TripGate and GOL. If you don't find yours or your provider among those already in place, we can get you covered and integrate your payment gateway. There's a cost of $2,000. It's a one-time payment for the implementation. And since you've got it there, you can start using it anytime, of course. The implementation usually takes up to 3 weeks. Another question is about mobile devices. For tablets and mobiles, will there be an app? Okay, I answered that question, I believe. Yes, there is a dedicated mobile app, and so you can have it as well. Okay, who's next? When you speak about support, does it mean you are replying to emails? Yeah, we have, of course, email support. We've got Zendesk, where you can raise your questions. So anywhere, anytime, we take care of that. Who's gonna be next? Okay, Gabriel. Is the GOL IBE available alongside GOL Mobile, or they are separate products? They are separate products, Gabriel, and as I said, it's reflected in pricing. So these are standalone products. You can have them both, but they can work independently. Can we control the markup and discounts for each registered customer? Um, Not exactly, but you can set up if you have multiple dealers. if we are speaking about having a couple of dealers in your network, you can set this up for all of them independently. That's true. Another question from Kamal. Can we have a chance to look at the backend? Kamal, not right now because we don't have a lot of time for checking the administration, but we'll be happy to follow up with you and show you how the administration looks like. All right, next question from Bosco. Do your products work with Wix sites? Bosco, I'm not sure at the moment, but let me check with my team and follow up with you later over email, okay? Thank you. Great. We have a question from Samit here. Do you support one-way faring for the Pacific region? I'm afraid, Samit, I don't have good news for you because we do not support one-way faring for the Pacific region. So sorry for that. Great. Next question. How is the NDC content displayed? Is it along with the GDS content? How is the NDC booking managed? So NDC, as I said, is delivered over Travelfusion. Now, it is all displayed in the same search result. So one search result, all the content from Galileo, Travelfusion, and also NDC. Now, how is it managed, the booking, is the second question. Yes, when the booking is finished and it lands on the queue, so you have, depending on which airline you are using for the NDC, it usually goes to their back office system, like Lufthansa has the Spark, and other airlines have their own systems for managing the NDC bookings. Directly from the administration console, we support, depending on the carrier, we support usually cancellation, but more advanced features are available directly in the airline support portal. Okay. Another question from Henry. Is this possible for non-IATA? Well, as long as you, Henry, have a IATA partner which would be able to issue tickets for you, it is an option. Okay, another question from Svetlana. If you can tell us something about how to install online payment. Well, I touched that before already, briefly. So we have over 20 payment gateways. So when there is one which you are already using, we can implement that immediately. If your payment gateway is not on the list, we are able to implement it. And once the implementation is done, it's basically connected to your website. Then the installation itself, of course, there must be some testing between the provider and GOL IBE, but this testing is a part of implementation, so you don't have to be worried that any installation is on your shoulders. Okay. Next question from Osama. If TripGate is ready to deploy, yes, the product is already in place. The product is in our portfolio and it is used by customers all around the world. So my answer is yes, TripGate is ready to be used by your or any other travel agency. Great. Another question on Wix. Good. Then we have a couple of questions on pricing, but we will follow up the pricing questions individually with you, because there is no time to cover that. let's jump to another question. Do you have a tool that optimizes content like Travelport's search control console? Um, no, Summit. We also rely on this search control console, the Travelport product. So we don't have any alternative for you in this case. Next question from Svetlana. Um, what fares are shown by default? So the default search is the best buy algorithm. So that's how we get the results from the server. And as I said, very soon we are going to introduce branded fares, so you will have more options in place. Great. Another question from Endgin. Do we need a separate contract with Travelfusion for low-cost airlines? So you have two options basically. You can have your own contract, an agreement with Travelfusion. Therefore, the conditions are between you and Travelfusion. What we also allow your customers, if you put deposit on our account, which reasonably covers the cost of bookings, we are able to use our agreement with Travelfusion to cover you here, and so that you don't have to make special arrangement with Travelfusion. Okay, another question about support. How do you support your customers over emails or support center? So Sumit, again, I would just recap this. We have Zendesk, and where this is the main gateway for the customer support. When before any agreement, basically, we communicate over emails, whether this is with me about the product or regarding the commercial conditions and terms with my colleagues. So we combine both of these ways. Great. Another question, how long does GOL IBE training takes, and is training provided for free? Well, yeah, the initial training or ASGOL is for free, it's free of charge, and it takes usually 1 or 2 sessions to get you into it. But if you need more, of course, we can agree on follow-ups, and to explain to you a little bit more into the details. It's very individual, I would say. Great. Another question. Will there be an extra charges for the payment gateways? Well, if the payment gateway is already on the list, we don't charge anything extra, of course. But if the gateway has not been implemented yet and the implementation needs to take place, as I said, we charge $2,000 for a single implementation. Okay, a couple of more questions as we have a few minutes to go. You mentioned that hotels will be available in TripGate. Will it be available on GOL IBE? Well, Orasgol, not at the beginning, I must say. The issue at the moment is the payment process. Galileo requires a payment card to be included in the booking, and this creates an obstacle for us, a reasonable obstacle to implement it for the public audience. Therefore, right now, hotel content will be available solely for TripGate, and that's because we can use and we can give the card details into the Galileo profiles of the customer, and that when it becomes private information solely kept in the GDS, And while the booking is created, GDS takes the credit card details and attach that information in the booking. So this way we were able to avoid handling the credit card details on the website, and everything is done basically in the background by the system. This is the reason why hotels will be available for the time being for TripGate only. All right, another question from Fayaz. Are you planning any upgrades to the CEE itinerary? Well, good news, Fayaz. We do plan some upgrades, but to tell you more about that, I would refer you to my colleagues, and let me follow up with you behind the after the session, and refer you to my colleague who takes care of CEE itinerary. Great. So the last question is from Gabriel. Can the agency enter separate service fee for low-cost carriers separate from legacy airlines? Yes, of course, you can create service fee rules depending on the content, whether this is legacy or low-cost carrier. So my answer, Gabriel, to you is yes. We have more questions here. We don't have a lot of time. Most of these questions are repeating. So please let us follow up after the session with you, answering to you all the most frequent questions. And if you don't have any more, I would like to thank you for your attention. I would like to thank you for being here today. And let's catch up later on an individual session. Thank you very much. Take care and have a good day. Goodbye.